Hi. How to get things done. I have a list of things that I have to do, or it would be wise if I do, and I feel overwhelmed. Like immediately when I list all those things that I have to do, I felt like, oh, I don't have energy for that, and I do have to work. In addition to that, I do have to run the normal household in addition with that, and because of my history, I get this anxiety if I am in a hurry. I don't know if you suffer from the same thing. If you do, comment please down below. I don't know if I'm the only one, but if I have to rush, then I get really anxious, and in the end I get depressed, and then it's not very nice to do anything. Well, at this point I have my list. I have a list about the baby, so I started the cardigan, and it's still without sleeves because the sleeves were like to a baby gorilla, but not to a human baby, so I have to fix it. And then I have a high chair that I have to pad, and that's something that I have to do before the next dinner, because then the baby will be able to sit in it. Then we made the decision that we tried to sell the house this spring, so I have 3 walls that I have to repaint. The painters that did it didn't do very well, so they are not disaster, but they are not perfect. And if I would buy a house, I would think that I have to repaint it immediately because it would bug me otherwise. And then I have to fix one corner with this kind of a fixing, like, what is it? This kind of stuff that you put to your corners, or those holes that everything looks smooth again. So I have to build one corner with that. And then I have to do other additional corners. So, and of course I have to clean, and I have to like make everything look very tidy and organized. But there are many things to do, too many. And then my husband will put the floor on 2 bedrooms, new floors. And of course I have to be helping with that, with emptying the rooms and then refurnishing them. But there are many different things. But, well, what do I do? I can either think about all of them at the same time and go crazy and do nothing, or be panicking and exhaust myself. But I make a list. So I made a list of all of these things that I have to do, and then think about what can I do in the evenings, like in addition to normal work day, and what requires a weekend day. And then I put them in order. So I start from the challenging one. So I fix the corners, like in the first. But of course, you have to put this stuff in the walls. Then you have to let them like dry 24 hours, and then you can put the next layer on again 24 hours, and then you can paint on top of that. So I have to do this in this kind of sequel days, and so that is where I start. And I started this weekend. Now it's Sunday, so I yesterday put the first round, and this evening I try to do the next round. So I start with that, and when I can have that done, then I can cross it over. And then I have this walls that has to be painted. That's also a weekend job. I cannot do it after work because you have to first cover everything and then be very precise with the painting job, that you get a better result that there is actually now. So that's the next step. So I have now marked in my calendar different weekends, what do I do, and different weeknights, what can I do. And of course with weeknights there is certain fixed elements that I cannot do in some days, and of course I want to do videos every once in a while, and I should have to exercise every once in a while. But of course if I'm painting a wall, it's exercise on itself. So yesterday when I was going up and down the ladder with fixing the corners, my legs hurt already. But now I have everything in the next month and a half. So if everything goes fine in a month and a half, we have done everything. But now it's not just a mess. It's not just a huge list of work, but this has to be done in this week. And when it's done, then we are on the schedule. And then the next thing with that week. And of course, I don't think that, or don't have the illusion that I can like organize everything in the same evening or week. So I do that as I go. So whenever I can do something, I do it. If it takes 5 or 10 minutes, I just do it when the inspiration hits, and then it's gone. And of course, the stuff with the baby I can do after a normal work day when I'm listening to my husband tell what he did at work and listening to my daughter. I can knit at the same time. I can do 2 things at the same time like that. But here are the few basics that when you have to do something, make a list what you have to do and then schedule the things that you have to do, especially this kind of things that you have to get done, but they are not work because they are easily postponed. Or, oh, I'm so tired that I cannot do this. And then it doesn't move forward. We cannot put this place out on a sale if everything is not perfect. That's for sure. But there isn't anything that we should fix. Because that's what people don't want to do. They don't want to start fixing things when they buy a place. It's not, I don't know if we can sell this or not. I don't know if we have enough like high price from it. We don't sell if we cannot have the price that we want to. And that's the other thing. You have to think about why. So if you have a list of things to do, and you feel that you don't have the energy to do them, then think about why. And this is my why. I paint the wall, yeah, and I build the corners, yeah. But I do them so we can have this, we can sell the house and we can have the price that we want to have from it. And we can buy our next apartment or house so that we have as big a nest egg as we possibly can. And then we can move to the area that we want to move at this point in our lives. And maybe save some money in the process and save some money in the long run. So I'm not just painting walls because the other guy painted it badly. I'm painting walls so we can have the life that we want. Because selling a house and buying a new house usually means quite a lot of change in our life, in anyone's life, and our lives too. And I hope that we can make that change and save money in the process. So everything that you have to do, all the nitty-gritty things, there is always something like end game, end goal with that. So keep that in mind, and then you can get more things done. And don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to do too much, but schedule. And whenever inspiration hits, I'm that kind of person that when I see, for example, some shelves that are unpresentable, there are things, but they are not nicely output. And in this case, if there are no doors, they have to be put nicely. So in that second that I get the inspiration, no matter where am I going or what am I doing, I just do it. Because then you have already the mindset to do that. So you don't have to even put it on the list. And you can get it done without any hassle and bustle and work. So whenever inspiration hits, then do the thing. And you'll be better off. So that's what I think my to-do list at this time. And I hope that I can stick to my schedule. And of course, I have to think that maybe 1 week I'll be sick or somebody is sick. So we cannot do anything, but that's life. And then I just have to start working again in next week. So those were my tips to get things done otherwise than work. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.